Welcome to What Are You Sporting About podcast, a podcast about business, employment, sports, and entertainment to help educate, support, and guide you to your next level. Here's your host, attorney Sivonnia DeBarros.
Hey, everybody. I'm Sivonnia DeBarros, the protector of athletes and the owner of the S.L. DeBarros Law Firm. I'm excited to talk to you guys today because as I was pondering on what do I want to share for this next episode, I just kept thinking about the underdog. But listen, before I dive deep into this conversation today, I have a special invitation for you. I would love to invite you to the NIL Combine 2023 live event here in Chicago. Listen, this is the place for you to get your mind right, okay? If you are a student athlete, an athletic director, a parent, a coach, this is the place where you need to be to unpack and to discover all things name, image, and likeness. Like, we are shutting down other institutions and people who just want to give you surface level information. This is the place where you come when you want to really dive deep and gain inside knowledge on how to go out into the marketplace and really create NIL in a way that can change the game. All right. So let's mind your athletic business before someone else does. Trademark is pending. Now, you can learn how to do that at NIL Combine 2023. Registrations are open. Go to bit.ly/NIL Combine 2023. And listen, guys, if you're wondering, hey, I don't know if this is for me, I'm hosting an information session. So if you want to learn just a little bit more, kind of get a sneak peek of what we do behind the scenes for the people who attend, all you got to do is go to NIL Combine Info. NIL Combine Info, and that is for the information session. Join us. That will be on the 20th of this month. So I'm going to put that into the chat for you so you can go there and get that information. So whether you're watching live now, listening to this now at a later time, listen, you can join us for the information session, bit.ly/NIL Combine Info, all caps. And if you are ready, you're like, listen, I don't need to know nothing else, I'm ready to register, then listen, go to bit.ly/NIL Combine 2023. Okay, that is in all caps. So I wanted to talk about the underdog, and I'm not going to take all day to share what's on my heart with you guys, but I started thinking about how hard it is for women entrepreneurs, and let me get very granular, Black women entrepreneurs. We know either by experience or by people talking about their experiences in business that typically white companies or white entrepreneurs who have certain connections and the ability to get funding are able to scale at a faster rate typically than Black entrepreneurs, and especially Black women entrepreneurs. And so what ends up happening is it will seem as though your voice gets pushed down into the background, or whatever services or products you want to provide, you may feel like no one's paying attention to you. You're marketing, you're changing your messaging, you know exactly who it is that you want to serve. You're reaching out to people, you're sharing the transformations that you've provided to other people, but still no one is listening. That is a sign that you might be the underdog. It doesn't mean that you don't have anything that is worthy of attention that can change lives, because fact of the matter is, if you've put it out there, you probably have already helped to change people's lives. The major issue is there are other people or companies or brand who have a greater reach because of their connections and maybe because of their community, that they're able to try and drown you out. And so it has made you the underdog. But let me share this with you. There is power in being the underdog. And you don't always have to remain the underdog. And you don't have to wear that title like as a banner on you forever. But what I want you to do is I want you to lean in to the underdog status if that's where you currently are. lean into the underdog status. Because can I be real for a moment? I am, in a lot of respects, the underdog in many ways. Typically, when I do something or I'm getting ready to serve in a particular way, people may not see it coming from me. People may not. Let me say this: with What Are You Sporting About? That became a bestseller. People weren't expecting for that. When I wrote Athletes Making Moves, the first and only book on name, image, and likeness, really breaking it down for student athletes and their families, helping them to understand exactly what it is, why it's important, why it can change their lives, their family lives, how they can create generational wealth. Okay? People wasn't expecting that. And that book hit 5 categories on Amazon's bestsellers list. And so, in many respects, people have treated me like the underdog. But I leaned in, and I'm continuing to lean in because I know that what I provide, not just to athletes, but to entrepreneurs, is at a whole nother level. All right. Now, let me give you a definition of what the underdog is. The underdog it's a noun, and it means that it's a competitor thought to have little chance of winning a fight or contest. Okay. So you're a competitor, and people are thinking of you as someone who has very little chance of winning. Very little chance of winning. And not only that, an underdog is also defined as a person who has little status in society. So going back to gender or race differences in this country, typically people who are not of Caucasian complexion are known to have or are labeled as having limited status or lower status. But the power lies in the fact that they're not paying attention to you and they don't see you coming. They think that you have little chance of winning at whatever it is that you're doing, right? So when we say you're in competition, doesn't mean that you're trying to compete with other people. It just means that at the end of the day, the service or products that you want to provide and you feel so passionate about it, but people just seem that they're not listening. They begin to turn a deaf ear. They ignore you and they go somewhere else. That gives you the opportunity and the time to really build out your craft, to really focus on something that will provide instrumental transformation to other individuals. And then all you have to do is create a ripple effect. Give someone a taste of what it is that you do and how you do it. And then they will talk to the next person. The next person talk to the next person, and this forward and so on. All right. Like most of my clients that come to my law practice are referred by other attorneys and by other former clients. Doesn't mean that I have this huge marketing budget, because I don't. I wish I did, but I don't at this point yet. But people are receiving transformations from the work. So here is my point. You have to believe in what it is that you provide and what you do. Don't let other people's negativity or ignorance or dismissal. That's the word I want to say. Dismissal. Don't allow their dismissal to seep into your soul to get you to thinking that what you have is not worth anything, because it is. They just think that you're the underdog. But lean into it. There's power into that. And while they are ignoring you, that is your space and your time to really perfect your craft and work with the people who are willing to work with you, and allow them to start talking about what it is that you do and how you do it. So there's power in being the underdog. I hope that this session has really supported you guys to think a little bit differently and outside the box, because other people's perception about what you have or how you do it is not a definitive answer in whether you can actually deliver and change other people's lives, right? There are investors every day who are not willing to invest in certain companies that still become multi-billion-dollar companies. And at the same rate, those investors lose out heavily on future earnings because they saw the other individuals as underdogs and underestimated their ability to multiply and to triple what they currently have or what they wanted to provide. They saw them as underdogs with little to no chance of winning at all. And so when you go to reach out to other people, other institutions, or whatever it may be, and you're asking them, hey, I want you to be an investor in some form, some shape or form, and they are saying, no, we're not ready, or we don't want to, they may see you as an underdog. But get this, the way that your company and your gifts will flourish over time, they will be beating themselves up for it years to come. Stand in your power. Take the opportunity and the advantage of being the underdog at this point and grind like nobody's business. I'm Sivonnia DeBarros, protector of athletes. Make sure that you register right now for the for NIL Combine 2023, and you can go to bit.ly/NIL Combine 2023 to get your ticket right now. I cannot wait to see you guys in July. I'm so excited about this event. There's a lot that is cooking for you all. We are already sourcing experts to come and speak on various topics, which I cannot wait to open that bag and share with you. So yeah, if you are a parent, student, athlete, a coach, someone who runs training facilities for athletes, if you are a financial advisor, listen, this is the place where you need to be. Jump in on the NIL Combine. We're going to be here in Chicago. I'm super excited about it. Get your ticket right now, bit.ly/NIL Combine 2023. And like I said, if you want more information, you can go to bit.ly/NIL Combine info. We'll be doing an information session on January 20th, and I can't wait to see you guys then. Ciao.
Us this week on What Are You Sporting About podcast. Make sure to visit our website, prosportlawyer.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite platform is, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or iHeartRadio. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like the show, you might want to check out our book, What Are You Sporting About? Attorney Sivonnia DeBarros is available for private consulting at sldebarros.com. And remember, we're here to educate, support, and guide you in your journey to success, because we're all sporting about something.